Welcome chefs, so today we're going to do an amazing vegan rice pudding dish with some roasted cinnamon Bramley apples, a vanilla and pear mousse and a toasted macadamia nut crumb on top. So for the rice pudding recipe, we're going to start with 150 grams of pudding rice or arborio rice placed into a pan with 800 ml of coconut milk, leaving 200 ml for serving. Into the pan we're going to add 50 grams of caster sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla paste. Place onto a medium heat, stirring every few minutes for it not to stick. So for the cinnamon roasted apples, we're going to take 2 apples, peel them, core them, quarter them and cut them into small bite-sized chunks. Place into a bowl and mix in a tablespoon of cinnamon, 50 grams of raisins, 1 tablespoon of Demerara sugar, a couple of tablespoons of oil and mix them well together. Place onto a roasting tray and pop into the oven for 12 to 15 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius till they're nicely roasted. So for the pear and vanilla mousse, we're going to take 2 pears, cut them into quarters, remove the stalk and the root and then dice. Into a saucepan we're going to place 300 millilitres of water, 60 grams of caster sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla paste and the diced pear. Bring that to the boil and allow to simmer for 15 minutes. Cook until the water has reduced by half and the pears have nicely softened. Place into the bar blender until a nice smooth puree consistency. We're going to add a teaspoon of xanthan gum, making sure that you have a vegan friendly xanthan gum, and then blend once more until a nice thickened puree. Allow to cool and then place into the Vogue cream whipper and charge. So for the toasted macadamia nut crumb, we're going to take 150 grams of macadamia nuts and we're going to toast them into a pan to a nice and golden. Place 3 tablespoons of brown sugar into a separate saucepan and cover with water. Caramelise the mix and then add the nuts. Once the nuts are fully coated, place onto a non-stick mat. Once they're set, we're going to place into a food processor and create a crumb consistency to whichever you desire. Now we're ready to plate. So there you have it chefs, we've got a lovely vegan rice pudding with roasted cinnamon apples, a nice pear and vanilla mousse and a crunchy macadamia nut crumb.